neutral. Make sure it'll move. Make sure all the wheels are rolling. Looks like it.
Yep, it's rolling.
Pull it in. If we were going a distance, we'd put a chain on that axle, but we're not. We're just moving it in the yard.
I knew we'd end up putting the strap on, even though we're not going far. Just like a few feet over, but whatever. We're going to be moving a lot of stuff around this property today, making more room for some new things that he got at the auction, and just kind of parking them to where they're more accessible for the things that we need more often, and things that we don't need as much we'll put like in the back. I guess he wants to go over farther. He likes to park everything really close together, which is good in some ways, but when I'm trying to spray weeds over here, it's not very convenient. I guess he was wanting to know how far to come back. That's why I'm back here, but that's good. It's good enough space. So we drove this today and it was pretty low on power.
Yeah, it looked like this, but worse. I started cleaning it off. Look down in there.
Sludgy.
Look down in here. This is a fuel filter housing.
Alright, move your arm. I don't want that on my shirt.
So I got to clean this out. And clean this out. We'll see if it runs any better. We're also going to get the air filter out, but International makes this great design where you got a steel bolt going into a steel captured nut in that's held by plastic. So you can imagine how well that went. Maybe it's stainless. I don't know. I don't think it is.
Well, we got the first filter cleaned out on the other side. Now he's going under here to look at the second one.
I don't think this one's too bad. I think the other one was a restriction.
This is what we took out of the first filter. He's gonna dump this out. That looks pretty clean.
Shoot, that ain't bad at all.
Are those chunks getting stirred up from?
Yeah.
Okay, before.
Yep, so it was a primary that was probably plugged up. So this is a 3406. This one's a water separator. It didn't really have any water in it, so that's good. Little crap. This is what I took out of that primary filter housing. All this rusty crap. So I hate steel tanks. Okay, air filters. Dude.
Yeah, it looks like
So
it.
we'll get another one of those. That's a 2253, is that right? You read that?
That's a yes. 2253.
Well, since I had it over here at the shop and got it, the filter's taken care of. I got another filter on it, and I went and picked up a second one, and I wanted to grease everything. So slack adjusters, S cams, kingpins, top and bottom, tie rods, drag link, you know, everywhere. And I'm adjusting the brakes too, just to be sure. But this is the only way I ever grease in kingpins is jack it up, take the weight off of the bottom of the kingpin, because this is a bearing here and this pushes against it. So the only way I've ever found to really get good grease in there is to jack it up, take the weight off the kingpin, and then turn the wheel left and right so it can work the grease all the way around. That's the way I like to do it. I just test drove it and it was doing well, and then I started losing power again, and I took that filter and I drained it and I took it apart to look inside it again, because that's the first filter in the system. And here's what I got. Not only do we have rust again, I don't know if that'll show up or not, but there is water in the fuel. So the only tank we're running is this one. It's very possible you see some rust bubbling here. It's very possible that this tank is letting water in, regardless the inside condition is awful. So we can't use this tank. I'm gonna have to take this tank off and put something else on. And I have other tanks. I just really didn't have the time to do this right now, but when do I? Well, oh yeah, and it gets worse. I'm gonna touch them. Well, them straps will probably break for one, and I'll probably touch them hoses, and then they'll start to leak, much like the coolant hoses over here. I didn't want to touch these coolant hoses, but I did, and I disrupt them, and now the one that looks better than the other one start leaking. So I guess I have to get those. But look at the color of that fuel. It definitely looks like it's got water in it. I'll drain it out and see what it's like.
These tanks are hard to get to. Like, he had to use a bunch of different extensions and swivels to get in there. I'm surprised he could even reach it. But there's one off.
Great. while we're here.
Mm-hmm. This is for sure going in the scrap pile. It's really rusty. Bad. There's like some silicone or RTV there. I think they patched it. I think he said they patched it somewhere. It's in rough shape. Well, we're bringing this in because we have to replace the fuel tanks. Watch your mirror. And it needs some front end work. It needs some things. It's had the parts for a long time, but since the fuel tank's off, it's easier to do it now. So
I took a camera and a light down in the tank and looked all around, and over here was especially suspect on the inside, and it's very crunchy and it looks like it's leaking. When I went to go pump the fuel out, it does have water in it, so we need to replace both these tanks. They're in bad shape. I've got other tanks to put on it. I just didn't want to do it until I was ready to do all the work, because once you take these tanks out, you have a lot more access to the frame, the transmission, all that stuff in here. So my wife told me we have 7 days straight of rain coming. I thought it was worthwhile. Let's just get it in the shop. I didn't want to be rushed. I needed to use this truck, but I don't want to just put the tanks on and then just have to pump them back out and take them off to do what I need to do. So we're going to put it in the shop. I'm going to postpone what I needed to do with it, and we'll take advantage of the next 7 days coming. Do a lot of much needed repair work, maintenance. We'll do some upgrades to it, make it much better than it is now. So at the end of 7 days, we can then go do what we needed to do with a much nicer running and driving and operating truck, and I think that's worth it. So that's what we're going to do. We'll pick up next time when we start doing the work to it. It's extensive. The list on this truck, since I've owned it, I just keep adding more stuff to it. We've done very little. So anyways, thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Look forward to the next video when we start going over this truck front to back and hopefully making it a much better truck.